Siddhartha by Herman Hesse. I think I'm pronouncing it correctly. So, before I talk about this book, let me fix my camera first. My phone. I don't have money to buy a camera. I'm broke. I'm recording with my phone. Okay. So, before I talk about this book, a disclaimer. I grew up in a Buddhist background, okay? Most of my family members are Buddhist even today, okay? And even though I consider myself to be an atheist, still, I thought it's better to put it out there that I grew up in a Buddhist environment, right? So, lots of people like this book. This is a life-changing book. This is the best book I have ever read. This is the great, very enlightening, a spiritual book. So, just like any other sucker who likes to read book, I bought it, okay? At first, I did not know anything about this book. At first, I thought, okay, maybe it's a retale of the story of the Gautama Buddha, right? Before he became Buddha, he was Siddhartha, right? So actually this story is about another person who's also happened to be Siddhartha. By the way, the cover is very misleading. It's like a clickbait thumbnail. You pick up the book, you see the Buddha statue here, right? So spoiler alert, it's not about Buddha, at least Buddha himself. And like I said, this book has very good reviews. Everybody from their mom to cat and I don't know what they say, talking about it now, right? Everyone's saying it's a nice book, right? So I read it. I'm not actually happy with it. So at first, I was expecting it to be a story about Siddhartha, the real person, you know, maybe real, maybe not real, I don't know, okay? There are real historical evidence that there was a person called Siddhartha, right? Sakya Siddhartha, right? And when I read it, it's just, I feel like this is a book for white, liberal, you know, like left-wing people who do yoga and, you know, who drink caramel macchiato and matcha. This is a book for them to pretend that it's enlightenment. Or maybe I'm too stupid to understand what's going on in the book. Maybe I'm not enlightened enough, okay? It's actually very bad novel at that. It's not a great novel at all. I honestly, I don't know how Herman Hesse has a Nobel Prize. I haven't read any of his other work. But from this, I don't know, they seems to give out Nobel Prize for everybody. It's baffling to me to even understand some writers like George Orwell or even J.R.R. Tolkien. They don't have a Nobel Prize, right? Even people like Friedrich Nietzsche or Dostoevsky, they don't have Nobel Prize. Is the Nobel Prize winning author is what we consider as good writing? If we think like that, I mean, I was thinking like that, if he had a Nobel Prize, I mean, he must be good, right? I mean, any average Joe think like that. If you have a Grammy, if you have an Oscar, that must be, you're a great actor, you're a great singer, great producer. So you have a Nobel Prize for literature, that means you has to be good, right? That's what I thought. And now I think about it, does that mean people like Plato or Friedrich Nietzsche, Dostoevsky or Tolstoy, are they like fucking suckers? Like they are not that good writers? This book, it's a bad novel. It's a bad novel, okay? and it's pretending itself as some sort of Buddhist insight. Okay, the guy Herman Hesse, I don't know about it. What I assume is he had a depression. He has going through his life, and he decided to get a first-class ticket to India. Privileged person. He went to India and he saw this exotic thing. Some guy sold him this tourist trap about Buddha, and he came. Oh, now I'm enlightened. Somehow in this book they pretend like, okay, so the Siddhartha here from his heart, the Om, this magical word, Om is the, like it's fucking stupid. Maybe I'm stupid, okay? Maybe I don't understand it. It's just, and even, a spoiler, even at the end, the Siddhartha somehow get enlightened, but it doesn't feel earned. It's like you see, if, for example, you watch Naruto and you see Naruto become Hokage without even doing the work to become a Hokage. Maybe Naruto was doing first in the beginning he did first good, then he went on join the Akatsuki, and after the Akatsuki timeline and he just went on becoming Hokage. That doesn't fucking make sense. It doesn't feel earned. It's maybe I'm mumbling, maybe I'm not enlightened enough. This book, probably before reading this, I read The Double by Fyodor Dostoevsky, and let me tell you, when I was reading it, I thought that The Double was one of his weaker work. Okay, it's very confusing, and it's really confusing, and even to myself, I thought, okay, maybe my English is not good enough for this book. It's clearly because my first language is not English, right? So I thought of that and I read it, I finished it. It was fairly not Dostoevsky's best book, okay? It's not a bad book, okay? Then I read Siddhartha. Now all of a sudden, to me, The Double by Dostoevsky feel like a masterpiece, really. Even a book like Witcher Last Wish, to me, it feel like a fucking masterpiece compared to this book. The Witcher, when in Witcher, the story, the structure, everything is perfect. Only problem with The Witcher Last Wish was that I don't like the Yennefer as a character. So it's more on my personal taste. I really don't like Yennefer in the video game, so I did not like her in the book also. So, but in Siddhartha, I mean, I actually, in honesty, I kind of like the Siddhartha in, Buddhist religion. If anybody has interest in maybe Buddhist religion and they want simpler, like, oh, I know Buddhism, this is Buddhism. No, it's not. This is not Buddhism, by the way. This is a novel. So if you are interested in Buddhism, maybe don't pick this one. Maybe if you are really interested in Buddhism, okay, to be fair, if you are interested in Christianity, what book you should pick up? Are you going to watch Passion of Christ? No. If you're interested in Christianity, you should probably pick up a Bible and read it, which is a very boring book, but it has a structure, it has a meaning, it has a story-driven arc. There are people and it serves specific meaning, like Moses. It's the really, at one point in this book, the Siddhartha become enlightened, or maybe that's the way I got it, become almost enlightened, and he even met the Buddha. After that he said, okay, I'm going there, I'm almost there, right? Then all of a sudden he go on, meet a lady and kind of begging for her friendship and begging for her partnership. There is nothing wrong with that, but an enlightened person would not do that. It really doesn't make sense, Like, again, an example from the Bible. So the Moses came down from the mountain and he see the Israelites worshipping a gold cow, right? Do you think Moses would join him? Just imagine if in the Bible, if Moses joined the worshipping crowd and he started worshipping the cow, it would not make any sense. So Moses, when he saw people worshipping the cow, he got angry, and he even, as I remember, he even broke the scriptures, right? 10 Commandments. So like after this Siddhartha, not the Buddha himself, the double Siddhartha, he go stay with monks, and he made Buddha, and one of his friends go in become a disciple of Buddha. Then he said, no, I don't want to become a disciple of Buddha. I want to be enlightened by myself. And it's a great thought. I mean, even Buddha, he himself would approve that. I mean, the real Buddha, even he would approve that. Yes, you should ask questions. You should seek your truth. You should seek your wisdom. Then all of a sudden, he go to a town and he see this beautiful woman, and he's like, throw it all away. Like an enlightened person would not do that. You, me, we would do that. Okay, we see a beautiful girl. If you're gay, you see a beautiful guy or anything. Okay, if you see someone you attract to, you feel, this is the one I want. But not an enlightened person. And it's really conflicting book, and Siddhartha is a very flawed human being. I admit that. I don't have any problem with flawed human being. I like crime and punishment. The Rasniko is a very flawed character. He is not a great person. He has some flaw, right? In Siddhartha, even though he is a flawed character, this author make him to be this perfect human being, with determination. I mean, he sit or stand to get his father approval. He stay without eating, and all of a sudden he see a beautiful woman, and his dick talk for him. Like, is that it? It's just, guys, it's not a great book. Stop glazing Herman Hesse. Like, I don't know, maybe his other work are nice. I don't really think I would read another book by Herman Hesse. I'd rather read Alice in Wonderland. that's a nice book. That's, let me tell you, I would rather read Twilight Saga than read another Herman Hesse book. At least in Twilight Saga, the story makes sense. Okay, how stupid. Yeah, I know I sound stupid, but the story makes sense. The vampire, werewolf, all that things. These are childish things, but it serves a purpose. But this one, I don't understand. What I can't help but thinking this dude Herman Hesse, he was in this midlife crisis and went to India. Boo-hoo! I'm enlightened. People should know about it, and now I'm enlightened. You should be also enlightened. I know I'm critiquing a very well-known author and a Nobel Prize winning author at that. Maybe this is an unpopular opinion, but nonetheless it's my opinion. It's just bad. This is one of the worst book I read this year, and believe me, maybe it's not for my taste. Maybe it's not. Maybe you might like it, but it's not for my taste. It's really not. Anyway, I guess this is kind of a book review. Why? Okay, you know what? Next time when I make a video, I'm going to make a positive video. I'm going to talk about a book that I like. Okay, so last video also I talked about Witcher, which I liked. I liked The Witcher, except I did not like Yennefer. I did not say I hate the book, I hate the writing, I just did not like Yennefer. That's it. So that's it. So if you watch this video, cheers.